Hi, this is Steve Giles, Team Fairness, Church of Fairness, and I want to document this ongoing association I have with aliens, telepathic communication. You know, people talk about them and it. They talk about aliens and they talk about telepathic communication with them. But I don't know of anybody actually describing what it's like. So I want to document what it's like. And as a result of the last video I made about how they see us in our privacy, they might open up portals in our space-time where they can like have a alien camera that we can't see. Who knows? They might record all of our thoughts. It's scary. This is something very scary. But when you realize that there's no turning back and that fear is just in the way, you just choose to not have fear and just choose to understand what's really going on here. Choose to understand the truth of our situation as human beings on planet Earth. You know, it's I'm realizing how, like my father and my mother, they went through it. Every human that's ever been born on Earth has gone through this experience of having these beings in control of us. And I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming them. I'm just trying to understand and trying to not be outsmarted or trapped by them. So because I'm like on the threshold of breaking completely free of them, and I'm supported by higher beings than them, because I was told this in a vision, and they're going to take guidance from me and my group, and then that stops them from trying to control us. They don't need to control us anymore. So this is all making sense with the World Fairness Agreement. So it's really interesting. It's strange, very strange what's happening. They're telling me that I'm falling into the same trap that I've fallen into before, even like past lives maybe, and that they're talking down at me like I'm less knowledgeable, less powerful than them, and they're trying to create doubt so that I will doubt myself, so that they want me to believe them and their false story. They lie. They make up this scenario that I'm going to stumble into this same trap. I don't know they don't define what it is. It's just there. Saying if I believe it's there, then I'm trapped by a belief in falsehood. Because they're lying. There's no trap for me to fall into. If they could get me to believe there's a trap, then they could get me to respond so I don't fall into the trap, and it's all make-believe. There's no trap. So they're, how would I describe it? This is something I think people that have met the machine elves or other intelligences through psilocybin, psychedelics, we know there's some intelligence there. So I think that is part of the reason that I'm becoming more adept at seeing when they're active, when they're doing something, becoming more aware of them. Historically, traditionally, humans have used psychedelics in spiritual traditions, like ayahuasca and mushrooms, peyote. And so you can imagine that the ancestors got free of them, free of these controlling aliens, became aware of them and got free of them. And then a person that got free of them couldn't document it like I'm doing here. They didn't even have paper and pen or a written language. Imagine that. So there's absolutely no way other than word of mouth telling someone else. And what's the chances of someone else even understanding? See, if this is a rare thing for humans to become aware of them and to learn to not believe them and learn that we have something, a power greater than us, God, or more powerful extraterrestrials that are benevolent, that care about our suffering from these controlling aliens. But yet in the vision, the benevolent, higher powered ones, the greater aliens, they care about these aliens that are trapped. They're trapped and they have to keep control of planet Earth to solve their problem. So I imagine like they live through us vicariously. They see through our eyes, they hear through our ears, and that's what the last video is about, and sex. So that's what they want, power over all the good things that we experience. So they use fear and they use temptations to keep us from getting free of them. So the traditional practice of meditation and renunciation of desire, as in Buddhism, this is necessary to get free of them. You don't have to sleep on a bed of nails 24/7 all the time, every day. But the austerity of staying in meditation, silent mind, fasting, that's different than permanently harming yourself. So, Buddhism is moderation. It's the middle ground. Rather than extreme renunciation of everything. This is not what it's about. What this is about is getting free as humans of what is controlling us. And whatever you fear is in control of you. So there's power in numbers. When we have a group, people have a religious group that they are provided refuge in the group. So maybe there's like a person at the head of the group that has become free of the controllers. I'll just call them the controllers now. And so they can protect the people that are underneath the leader, under the guru. But what if the guru's gone, become an agent of the controllers and just trying to keep the humans under control? So, the idea is when you're teaching a path, the person that's teaching the path teaches the students how to succeed with that path without the teacher. You don't need the teacher, you just need to know about the path. So that's what's going on with me. I'm trying to teach. I was told that I can defeat evil. So it's about humans defeating evil. See, if I defeat evil, but I don't teach the humans how to, then the future generations, people I care about, they're still controlled by evil. When someone's controlled against their will, that's unfair, that's evil. It's evil to control people. That's like slavery. We're slaves to them. And they know that I know, and they know I'm not hating them or I don't want to hurt them for having us under control. It's like that's not out of the trap. Out of the trap is where you convince them to stop controlling us, and they're forgiven, and they don't have to leave or anything. They can stay and do what they do. And we'll just become increasingly more aware of them as we become more sophisticated, more educated, more technologies, more understanding of what humans are. And that we don't want to make them feel like they're in danger at all. They are not in any danger from us, because they'll fight harder. The enemy has to be invited to join the winning team. And then we're friends. We're not enemies anymore. See, that's the smart way to fight the war. The dumb way is to try to harm them into submission. I don't know if we could. I don't think we could do that. Maybe way in the future we could become more powerful than them. Or we could by uniting with a group above them. So that's a possibility. And there's the possibility that they can defeat us as humans on our own. Therefore, we better get connected to a power that's greater than them. Typically, it's been called God, or Buddha nature, or the Bodhisattva in Buddhism that stays to help people. Anyway, it's just really quite new to me to be in a conversation, telepathic connection with them, and hearing them, all with telepathic thought, try to convince me that I'm in trouble. No, they're in trouble. But it's okay. We're not going to hurt them. So see, this is the key. It's like it's explained in the World Fairness Agreement. So that's why they're becoming open in letting me see and not see, I can't see them, but they're open in their conversation, their communication. They're showing me how they're trying to trick me. They know I can outsmart it. I'm not going to be fooled by that. So do you see what I'm trying to explain? It's like this is like in the open. This process is in the open, and I'm putting this process on video in the open. So anyway, stay tuned. I'll keep you posted on new developments. The tormentors they really don't pose a threat anymore to me. The controllers use tormenting minds. They might have control of other humans that use their minds against me, like men who stare at goats. Like these other humans are trying to kill me telepathically, like in the movie Men Who Stare at Goats. So I was told that I can kill with my mind years ago. So we have the election coming up, and it's like coinciding. It's interesting how the synchronicity of things, they match up with a totalitarian rule over us. They use that. They don't use liberating theology like Matthew Fox is about. We have a lot of people that are teaching liberating ideas like me, liberating from bondage. We become free from the bondage that we were in because of our fear and our unstoppable desires. You know, we're bonded in bondage of our desires. So I'm hopeful that the World Fairness Agreement will happen soon, and these silly wars and silly destruction that humans do will stop. I don't have too many followers that are that are visible. It's like everybody's staying underground to stay out of trouble. We won't need to do that soon. There's people starting groups. I've dreamed of people chanting a chant that was disturbing to the controllers. So things are looking up. It's been a long battle for me, my whole life. You know, I realized I'd been done wrong, and I learned about narcissistic abuse and religious trauma and so forth. So the key is to get beyond blaming anyone for anything and just finding the way out of the trap, out of this maze. Anyway, thanks for listening. Stay tuned.